Welcome into the studio, Majella, the very talented Majella Murphy and successful Majella Murphy. Thanks for coming.
One brave lady, Sheena Crowley.
Bringing you in here.
Most record companies, PR people, booking agents, mental hospitals, they've all fired me. And Sheena Crowley has invited me in here to do an interview with her. And she said, just be yourself, you're a brave girl.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Huh?
I have no problem with
That's
that.
the story.
How are you doing?
We'll see how you feel about that in 20 minutes.
Yeah, for 20 minutes, you know what I mean? She'll be on tablets the size of manholes, lads.
How's the single going for you? You released it last Thursday, was it?
I released it last Thursday. I think it's going quite well.
Yeah,
I
good.
think it's going well. It's a fast waltz.
Yeah.
And it's quite wordy, but yeah, I'm excited about it now. Do you know?
Excellent.
Hopefully, it'll do quite well.
Yeah.
I got to produce it, half produce it. You know, Wayne Sheehy produced it, and and we're getting there with how I want it to sound, and so it's good.
Yeah,
do you know
brilliant.
what I mean? Yeah.
But you already released an album in 2007.
It beats Xanax.
Yeah. You released an album in 2007, was it?
I did, yeah, I did.
The first released on a mobile phone, I heard.
It was. It was. It was called Brave New World, and I was nominated for a Meteor with that one.
Yeah, in fairness. You've loads of awards and medals, Majella. You're a very successful story altogether.
Shut up, Sheena.
It's true.
In the shop, Sheena used to ignore me, lads. Herself and John here, they're all smiles now, ladies and gentlemen, because they're really
ignore you.
We ignore you.
I don't think it's even physically possible to ignore you.
Majella, but you won awards you got All Ireland medals for the javelin throwing and something else, didn't you?
Yeah. And camogie. But the thing is, that all sounds great, but I'm the same height that I am
was then now. Yeah.
When I was 13 3/4, kind of like Adrian Mole. I don't know what towns I was thinking of when she wrote the story, but I was the tallest in my class in first year.
Yeah.
Very good at sports, very, very fit. And by third year, I was no longer the captain of the basketball team. I was like the sub, the fucking, the little one who runs up and down with the water and the size, because everybody was taller than me. But I have a couple of medals, alright.
Yeah, sports. And you're often seen on the skateboard as well. That's the other thing.
I skateboard around to keep
and
fit.
With your little dogs as well.
And the dogs.
Yeah.
They have a wardrobe of clothes each. John.
Did you discover your songwriting ability in detention? Is that where that?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. We used to have to write out numbers from phone books, and the vice principal was really good to me, but I used to slam the phone book shut, and I used to write little stories, and fell in love with words, and I thought Jimmy McCarthy was a really tall, blonde, huge man. When I heard a song, Adam's at the Window, I fell in love with the song, with the lyrics, the way it was written. There was something about it. And I was working in a hairdresser's, lads, in a barber shop, and I used to wash hair, right? And when the owner of the shop would leave, I used to run to the counter and pick up the scissors and pretend I was a hairdresser. I was only 15. I used to hawk them, right? It's amazing. The shop is still open though.
Yeah.
But and no court cases as of yet. But I just fell in love with words. I always loved words, and to put music to words, I couldn't imagine how somebody like with a guitar which had 6 strings and you've only got 4 fingers minus the thumb and the left hand, how could you make the 6 strings play? And I got a beatable second hand guitar from my sister when I was 17, and I started playing there. Fell in love with the instrument. Started putting a couple of notes couldn't believe that you can put words to music. And just started practicing, started doing it, and fell in love.
Yeah.
Ran away at 26 years of age because I'm a slow learner, okay? And came down to Cork, fell in love with the place, and one of my brothers in 93 passed away from AIDS, and I wrote a song for him, and I was asked to record it for AIDS, and I met up with the great Mick Daly.
Oh yeah,
This is how I got in touch with Yi and Crowleys.
Yeah.
And
that guitar there, did you buy that in Crowleys?
This guitar, it's a Blue Ridge guitar, and I bought this guitar from your dad.
Yeah, very good.
And this guitar,
right answer, excellent.
I was paying off on this guitar for months. Everything down to my last plec I bought in Crowleys.
Yeah, go on.
And the guitar was a Blue Ridge, and it was 800 or 900 quid. And I was paying off on it, by the week, by the month. Sure, you mightn't see me for 6 months, then you wouldn't be able to get me out of the shop for a week, and and I went in to collect it on the Monday or the Tuesday or whatever, and your dad said, Jesus, Majella, we sold it. Because the way you have 5 or 6 the same guitar.
Yeah.
And I said, look, it's okay, Mick, when you get in the next one. And he said, I'll tell you what, you can have the one in the window. And that was this one, which was worth
beautiful guitar.
1,600.
Yeah.
and he gave it to me for the same price that I was paying for, and that's the gentleman your father was.
That he was, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And it reminded me, he reminded me of my father, and my father's
anniversary yesterday. Yeah. So you're in a special form now, you know. Yeah. It's a tough thing, isn't it, really?
It's a tough thing, do you know what I mean, to realise that life is so fleeting.
Yeah.
I'm a Buddhist, right? So I've got a million different shots more on it. Do you know what I mean? We keep coming back. You can only fuck up so many times.
This week you're a Buddhist.
Do you know what I mean? Will somebody put a, what do you call them on that kid over there? This is young fella in the corner.
But tell me, you were in Raw Sessions as well, you were a semi-finalist in Raw Sessions, which was a brilliant programme, I thought.
It was a great
I used to tune into that all the time. Did you watch it,
I saw a little bit, I saw one with Dirty Epics and Rarely Seen Above Ground, and a few of these acts were on it,
Was that about 3-4 years ago, was it?
Yeah,
it's quite a while ago,
and mix and master a song in 12
hours, yeah.
And I wrote that song, Too Small to Follow.
Did you?
That was the song I wrote for it, And there was something about it, because it's in 3/6 time and it's like a very fast one. Hey, do I have big boobs in this? Get the camera up. Serious.
She's referring to Colm Walsh now. You were going to explain that one, tell me.
Anyway, so there was something about the song that was always in my head, and I never got a chance to record it properly, so I recorded it there, and that's the single. You know, and sure, we're all too small to follow, aren't we? There's something wrong with all of us.
Did you?
Do you know what I mean? We're all a little lacking.
Did you genuinely write the song on the day, or was it kind of written, or was the ideas of it there prior to going in?
I genuinely wrote it.
It was all done today. And who was there with you? Did you have a band up there with you?
I had a band up, and we had Paddy Casey. I promised not to sleep with him if he came in and helped me out. So he came in. And just came in. There was no puns intended. I did.
I'm just trying to think what way that worked out there.
Exactly. And and we shot the video and did it, and people liked it. And I did a second song, and I felt the second song was really, really strong. And I would have liked it produced differently. But sure, we all do our best on the day. And and we did a couple of live programs, but it was a really good experience.
It's very good opportunities, all those things that you get involved in lots of things, in fairness to you.
Yeah.
Will you play a song for us?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Please.
I want to be just like you when I grow up. I'm taking the piss. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, this is the next single, right? That one was the first one. And do you know what, lads? If you like the song, go into www.majellamurphy.ie and go into iTunes and download it. And if you don't like it, go into iTunes and download it. The song is called Second Prize. And Sheena, by the way, thank you so much.
No bother.
For having me.
We're not finished yet, like.
And we have another Crowleys. Yeah, no, I'm finished.
Oh, no, you're not. Go on.
I feel like Lily Savage. Did you ever see Lily Savage? Brilliant. Anyway, the head is racing today. Forgive me.
No bother.
What was it? Yeah. I see they're all downstairs in the coffee shop listening and saying, why is the silence? Because I'm tuning. Yeah. I saw a photo recently, a beauty that's for sure. Eyes as big as pools, her hair like silk, the dress she wore, and I could see the way you looked at her, a longing, wanting more. What could I do, what would I say, too late to shut this door? Don't trust Marlene, I see her pulling you away. With easy words you whisper, I'm the one at fault, you need a break. And then she'll make a move when you are weak and I am out of sight. I'm losing everything, my love, but I won't be your second prize. could I compete with her? I'm just the girl next door, falling off a skateboard, writing words and keeping score. And well, I buy the glossy lipstick and mascara that you wore. Your second prize, your copy of the past, a little more. And maybe this is all in my head. Maybe you love me, that hippie awkward teenager who's inside running free. 'Cause every now and then you turn and stare when you think I'm asleep. You hold my head in your hands and then she'll disappear. Oh, oh, don't trust Marlene, I see her pulling you away. With easy words you whisper, I'm the one at fault, you need a break. And then she'll make her move when you are weak and I am out of sight. I'm losing everything, my love, but I won't be your second bride. So I'm letting you go, I'm letting you go now, baby. Just run, 'cause I can't take it anymore. Run, 'cause I can't take it. Oh, don't trust Marlene, I see her pulling you away. With easy words you whisper, I'm the one at fault, you need a break. And then she'll make her move when you are weak and I am out of sight. I'm losing everything, my love, but I won't be your second bride. But I won't be your second bride.
Brilliant, Majella. Beautiful.
Thank you. Every spurned woman in Ireland is going to love that. Seriously, we're going to start a campaign.
You actually have a website for women-only artists, have you?
I do. No, it's not a website. That sounds very dodgy.
Yeah.
It does a little bit, actually.
Sorry, I'll take it back.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I thought the interview was going
Majella
well.
Murphy XXX.
Majella Murphy XXX FHM.ie.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
anyway.
a record company.
Yeah.
I set up a record company. It's called Banleach Records, and I got this tattoo on my arm, not boobs, arm. And it's called
Good man, Colm.
Banleach Indigo, right? And your man was just out of jail, right? That did the tattoo on me. I swear to God, this is a true story, okay? Like, I am a walking miracle. I'm amazed I'm not dead. Anyway, I got it done in some dodgy spot in Dunleary in Dublin. And I really wanted this tattoo done, but he pulled my arm too tight and it ran into my arms. But he was just out of jail, and I came back to complain 2 weeks later, and it was shut down, health and safety.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Banleach means woman warrior.
Yep.
So I set up the record company, and I want to see, you know, if I get back doing what I do, the way I do it, like honestly, I love singing.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very wordy and my mind races a lot, but when I sing, I think I explain myself that little bit better. So all the words and the nonsensical noise afterwards and beforehand doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so Banleach Records is a record company for women only.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
My name is Sheena Ní Crowleys. Do you know that?
Huh?
I'm a hard warrior, like.
What is it? Sheena Ní?
Crowleys.
What does Crowleys mean?
Crua is hard and Leach is the warrior.
We knew she was as tough.
Yeah. Come here. Is it true that you wrote a book?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard that somewhere recently.
I wrote a 72,000 word book, and it's a thriller.
Right.
And there's about 40 different characters in it. By the end of the book, Mammy was sleeping with Daddy's first cousin by marriage on his father's side, you know, or whatever. But the story is quite good. It needs a little bit of editing, and it's about. It's kind of like. Do you know who I loved? I loved Columbo.
Yeah.
And I named one of my dogs after him, Peter Falk. In Columbo, you knew who did it.
Yeah.
You know who was responsible, but could he catch him?
Yeah.
And this, at the beginning, you know who's done it. And it's about a 16-year-old sociopathic girl living in the outskirts of Dublin, and can they catch her?
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And where it's not ready yet.
No, when it's done, it's finished. Like, but I'm concentrating on the music, and I'm the type of person, right?
You have a lot going on. In fairness to Majella,
between that and the medication, seriously, I'm amazed I can walk. You know what I mean? But
is Mick Daly working on the next album with you? Is he? Yeah.
Most importantly, Mick Daly and Dave Murphy.
Mick Daly's like our godfather, isn't he? All the musicians' godfather of the city.
Uncle Mick. Yeah. I'll tell you this.
I was just up with him earlier on.
He is such a gentleman. Yeah. And we're working now, and we're recording. We've got 5. I'm putting down 8 more songs.
Yeah.
And with Mick Daly and Dave Murphy, we're putting them down in the studio in Blarney, and I want to go back to early 90s style. Right, so like, because lads, my birthday is next week. My birthday is on the 1st of October. Seriously, so say it with cash, John.
What sort of early 90s stuff though? Are you talking like Cranberries kind of thing?
No, we're talking about Jimmy McCarthy. We're talking about Indigo Girls, that kind of harmonies. We're talking about going back to like Tracy Chapman, James Taylor, that kind of style. Bob Dylan, like I play the harmonica. Just bring it really simple. There's no bells and whistles. It's all live instrumentation, and I'm really looking forward to it. And the boys, Mick has a beautiful voice, and Dave Murphy has a beautiful voice, and we're putting in 3 and 4 part harmonies.
Excellent.
And so I'm really excited about it, and the fact that they can put up with me. I see them right at the end of a recording session, and their minds are racing and the hands are shaking slightly like that, and they're drinking out of the handbags, and I think they're transvestites on Slack.
Oh, good God.
Terrible.
Nick, sorry.
Terrible, but I love them.
Majella, I'm going to play a few tracks now in a second, but I just wanted to, where did you come from today? Are you actually living in Cork now?
No, I live in... Why?
You grew up in Kilkenny, is
She's
it?
Trying to stalk me, John.
I'm just wondering, did you move?
Give him an inch. Who's this young fella with the camera?
That's Colm Walsh.
Hi, Colm Walsh.
He does all our videos for us. He's brilliant. Yeah, he's our buddy.
He's pretending he's invisible.
Look at him there. He's as cute as a button. Look at that.
Has Colm never met Majella?
Huh? Do you know me, Colm Walsh?
He had.
I met you once.
I knew he had. Like,
Where did you meet me?
In the shop.
The last day of the shop.
Oh, in the shop,
Okay, lads, let's restore order here.
Let's stop, John. This young fella, this is for over 38 only. Look at him. John is like one of the Samaritans here saying, do you know what I mean? So, what do we talk about now? Well, go on anyway.
No, I'm just wondering, because I knew that you grew up in Kilkenny and you'd moved to Dublin, but what I found is I used to see you so often in the shop. I always thought you were actually living in Cork, but you used to come up and down quite regularly.
Up and down and up.
But
and
now,
down.
are you based in Cork now?
I'm based in, for the moment, Mallow. I live in a Buddhist community. Which
that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
And it's just, I would describe myself as one of the laziest, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
Trying.
You're doing it anyway.
And Ash, you're doing it anyway, and I love it. So I live in Mallow, and do you know what? I love the country.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's class. Yeah.
Absolutely class.
Have you got any gigs coming up that you can tell us about? Or
I think I'm doing Loafers soon, and I'm doing Moorings in Mallow. And I've got to get the dates, and also I'm hoping to I'm just concentrating on, I was quite ill last year, as you know, and I'm just getting back now, but it's to concentrate on the recordings, and I'll be able to, I'll put it up on the website in a few weeks when we're
whatever
doing
gigs happen
again, and Mick Daly and Dave Murphy, and this is to go on YouTube, my man. They promised to play with me. Now, I think they had just woken up or something like that. Do you know what I mean? That they weren't really too sure, John, about it. But it's going to be unreal.
Well, I'm going to just play 2 tracks now, but I wish you great success with the single, and I look forward to the album.
Bones. And by the way, just before you go,
we're not going. You stay with us.
Your dad was a gentleman.
I know, absolutely.
Your dad was a gentleman.
You know, absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
And you're a lady, and I love your little one. What's your little one's name again?
Tia.
I love her. Lads.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Gorgeous.
Anyway, I'm going to play the Gutter Brothers now. I remember I used to see them in Covent Garden busking, and I absolutely love this band. And the track is called Everlasting Shining Peace of Mind, and then Steelers Wheel with Stuck in the Middle with You.
MajellaMurphy.ie.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.